join us for this afternoon press conference as we talk about the post-storm, the recovery phase regarding the aftermath of Hurricane Milton. There is still much work to be done. Joining the mayor for our press conference today is Commissioner Nicole Wilson. Got to see Commissioner Wilson, other dignitaries, and we also have the Supervisor of Elections, Mr. Glenn Gilzane. Good to see you, sir. We will begin the press conference with Mayor Demings. Mayor?
All right, good afternoon to all of you. As we start this afternoon, I want to make certain that we give you an up-to-date report of what's happening here within our county. Sadly, this is the first time that I will be reporting that at this point we have had one storm-related fatality within Orange County, and it was an individual who unfortunately was out cleaning up his yard and stepped on a live power line. To that family, our prayers go out to them. There's caution there. While you are cleaning up in your respective homes and places of business, just be careful out there. It is still some challenges for our community, and we really don't want to see anyone else who needlessly is injured in this process. It is important to also remember that we are still in the recovery phase, and we need to be vigilant to make certain that we're protecting ourselves as we are taking care of our homes. I also want to provide another warning of sorts. There's a lot of disinformation and misinformation on social media about more storms hitting Florida. To date, I verified with our weather experts that all of these rumors are really false at this time. There are only two systems in the Atlantic Ocean right now that have any type of potential. Hurricane Leslie is one of them, and that one poses no threat to Florida. No threat to Florida. The other is a depression off of Cape Verde near the coast of Africa. Weather experts are saying conditions are unfavorable for that particular development to impact us anytime after Saturday. So we urge everyone, if you want accurate information and reliable sources for your news information, look to the National Weather Service or local meteorologists, but please don't chase some of the false information and rumors that are out there in social media. I want to kind of transition now and talk about our shelters. We had, as you know, 11 different general population shelters and 4 shelters open for persons with special needs. We at this point have closed all of our shelters for general population. We have one remaining personal needs shelter that is open, and we're preparing to close that one really by the end of today. And that is the one at the Silver Star Recreation Center. The Orlando International Airport shared with us good news this morning that they have resumed a full commercial passenger operations today at 6 a.m. Following extensive cleanup from the debris left by Hurricane Milton. They received new flights last night, and again this today as of 6 a.m. they're open fully at the Orlando International Airport. For those who rely on public transit, our Lynx system is back up and running. There's only one route that Lynx has, and I'm told it is not in service, and that is the route 701, which is a popular route. It is the only one that runs when Orange County Public Schools are in service, and so the 701 route will not be up and running until Monday when the schools return. Access links will provide sustaining trips only today. Normal service will resume on Saturday, tomorrow. Customers are encouraged, if they want information about the link service, to call area code 407-423-8747. Again, 407-423-8747. Now, let me just share information about our various lake bodies. Orange County Environmental Protection has issued an alert for all lakes and rivers in Orange County until further notice. Simply what they're saying is, please stay off the lakes. Many of these systems may have been adversely impacted by Hurricane Milton and are experiencing high water levels potential for contamination, displaced and disoriented wildlife, and submerged structures. So again, if you need additional information about the lakes, you can go to lakes@ocfl.net, and we will provide you additional information. In terms of our street and road closures, we've been faring well. We're trying to get all of our roadways back open and operational. However, there are a few closures of note. The road closures at Yucatan Drive and Mimosa Drive is currently closed, but there's pumping underway at that particular location. Residents should also seek detours off of Yucatan and Lantana, and Yucatan and Dogwood. These are in the Lake Azalea area. Orange County Public Works leaders are working on debris removal around the county. They report that there's a large field of debris throughout the county, but there's not a large quantity of debris. We are pushing out messaging to our residents for more information. If you want to get information about the debris removal process, you can go to ocfl.net/Milton to stay up on the latest developments. Curbside residential only garbage collection began this morning at 6 a.m. The county's landfill and transfer stations open at 8 a.m. this morning. We continue to accept residential yard waste at the landfill for no charge today and Saturday. So if you're out working and cleaning up and you want to get it off of your property, you can take it to the landfill for free today and tomorrow. Residents must bring identification in the form of a driver's license or some other state-issued credential to indicate that you are a resident of Orange County. The landfill and transfer stations are planned to open on Sunday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for accepting only residential vegetative yard waste, and they will waive the fees associated. As a reminder, within Orange County, you should not be burning yard waste. Open burning is restricted in Orange County to protect air quality, and burning wet debris creates an abundance of smoke. We are happy to report that our fire personnel are supporting missions around the state. We have 26 fire personnel who are supporting state missions. Primarily, they have been deployed into the Manatee County area, which is one of the hardest hit areas by Hurricane Milton. Orange County Environmental Protections also has said that please refrain from recreation and contact in and around our water bodies. Many of these systems, again, have been adversely impacted by the storm. At this time, I'm going to ask our Supervisor of Elections to come up, Mr. Glenn Gilzine. He wants to share some developments regarding elections upcoming. And with that, Mr. Gilzine, the podium is yours.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mayor. And Orange County is now, with 1.4 million residents, the fourth largest number of active voters in the state of Florida, which is the third largest union in the country. So as we get ready to go into Election Day, which we're less than 25 days away from, and 10 days from early voting, our office is working diligently with our county partners. So Mayor, I want to thank you and your team for helping us restore power, because as of right now we have no power, and we're eager to get that back on. I've actually spoke to a number of residents who showed up at the office today looking to get their vote by mail ballots. And I want to use this as an opportunity to remind our residents that there's 3 ways to vote in this upcoming election. One is day of. 2, early voting. We've expanded early voting sites to 22 all across the county, and I have good news that most of those sites and facilities are good to go, so we should be able to operate come October 21st. And then last but not least is vote by mail. And in Orange County, we're blessed enough to have the ability where you could do vote by mail, you could drop it at any one of the 22 EV sites, or you could place it in the mail and we cover the postage. So we want to encourage all of our neighbors that it's super important that you take advantage of one of these 3 opportunities. And I'll be remiss if I don't thank our partners, the Orange County Public Schools, who has a number of our actual day of sites, and hearing from them that we actually are good to go on that front. So, Mayor, again, thank you for the opportunity to be here, and I'll bring up Scott from Orange County Public Schools.
Thank you, Supervisor Gilzine. On behalf of the School Board of Orange County and Superintendent Vasquez, we hope everyone fared the storm well and are taking care during the recovery. All of our campuses have been assessed by school leadership and our maintenance teams. I'm pleased to report minimal impacts to those campuses. We do and are experiencing some power issues in a couple of dozen campuses throughout the county, and we're working with our energy partners to ensure that that is restored as quickly as possible. All of our 12-month employees have returned to the work locations today to assist with cleanup after the storm. Our facilities and custodial teams, they returned and immediately began addressing any of the safety issues. We know that having a safe learning and working environment is critical when we return to full and regular operations. We will reopen all of our schools on Tuesday, October 15th. As a reminder, Monday, October 14th was already a predetermined student holiday teacher workday. I want to take a moment just to address the makeup days. Due to the number of instructional minutes that our students have in their schedules, we're only going to be required to make up one of the 4 days that we had to take off or miss due to Hurricane Helene and Milton. The student makeup day for today, for Friday, will be Friday, October 25th, as published in the district's prioritized bad weather days approved by the school board as part of the 24-25 district calendar. We've posted that on our website at ocps.net. It's also posted on social media as well. All of our extracurricular and after-school activities may resume on Monday, October 14th. Football games previously scheduled for this week will be played on Monday. Any athletic event and other student activities canceled because of the storm may be rescheduled if possible. Schools will be working on new dates and will update families as they agree to those. Practices may also resume voluntarily this weekend in preparation for competition next week. Any entity renting one of our facilities over the weekend will be notified by the end of the day if the facility is available. If it is not available and ready to be used, a notification will be sent of the cancellation. We know our students, their families, our employees may need assistance to recover from the storm. They can visit ocps.net for resources, contact their immediate supervisor, or the Foundation for Orange County Public Schools. We are grateful to our principals, assistant principals, and staff who worked to serve the evacuees in our 11 school shelters. We appreciate our school leaders, our facilities, maintenance, and custodial teams, local utility companies, Duke Energy and OUC, and all the staff who worked to assess and clean up after Hurricane Milton. Thank you, Mayor, for your leadership and partnership and cooperation throughout the storm preparation, the event itself, and recovery. If you all are still cleaning up from the storm, please remember to take precautions. As the Mayor said, it's very important we do that during this time. We want everyone to stay safe and return to school and work. Thank you for your support of OCPS, and now I'll turn it over to Logan Stewart from Duke Energy.
Good afternoon, Logan Stewart with Duke Energy. So while damage assessment is ongoing, Duke Energy Florida has begun power restoration in many areas impacted by Hurricane Milton. We will issue estimated times of restoration for all customers this afternoon. That is not to be confused with completing restoration this afternoon. That is issuing estimated times, and these are estimated times of restoration for customers later this afternoon. As of 9 a.m. today, Eastern Time, nearly 350,000 outages have been restored across our Duke Energy Florida service territory, and over 850,000 outages still exist, again, across the Florida service territory. Our outages in Orange County are down to about 66,500 from 91,000 yesterday. From down trees and branches falling on our power lines to storm surge flooding our equipment, which causes almost immediate corrosion, our infrastructure was severely damaged by Hurricane Milton. We are making repairs where we can, but the company does anticipate we will need to rebuild in many areas. Our crews are doing all they can, even working through the night to get the lights back on for as many customers as possible, as quickly as possible. Duke Energy Florida has 16,000 resources supporting power restoration. Crews are now staged at 11 base camps in our hardest hit areas by the storm. These base camps are Brooksville Tampa Bay Regional Airport, Bexley Properties at Land O'Lakes, Tropicana Field, Ritchie Brothers Auctioneers in Davenport, Sebring Raceway, The Villages, Manheim Orlando and Winter Garden, Seminole Town Center, Countryside Mall in Clearwater, St. Pete Clearwater Airport, and Renninger's Flea Market and Antique Center in Lake County. Please keep in mind that there will be customers who cannot receive power as a result of damage to the property's meter base, breaker panel, or customer-owned electrical wiring. These customers will need to contact their local municipalities for guidance, and inspections may be required after repairs are completed. For customers currently using a generator, Duke Energy Florida asks you to please keep safety in mind. I know you've all heard this, but it is very important. Please only operate a generator outside and connect appliances directly to it. Do not wire your generator directly to your breaker fuse box, as it could backfeed on power lines, and this is a big hazard for our crews. Please watch for utility crews and turn the generator off, as I just said, when crews are in your area. The electrical load can be hazardous to our crews making the repairs. Have a fully charged, properly rated fire extinguisher, one that is rated for electrical and gas fires, ready at all times. There are 4 different ways that you can report an outage. You can visit duke-energy.com. You can download our Duke Energy mobile app. You can call 800-POWER-ON, or for many people, the easiest way is to text OUT, O-U-T, to 57801. The most up-to-date information about power outages can be accessed on Duke Energy's outage map or by enrolling in outage alerts. Again, thanking everyone for your patience, and just know that our crews are working as hard as they can. I'm going to now turn it over to Janice Sassani with OUC.
Good afternoon. The number of OUC customers without power continues to go down as OUC employees, mutual aid support, and community partners are working together to return our community to normal after the impacts of Hurricane Milton. With large-scale events like this, there is always a need to do a system-wide assessment so we can provide the big picture about our recovery process. Our service territory is 400 square miles, so this process does take a little time. OUC assessment and power restoration crews first received clearance to enter the field and began working immediately around 8 a.m. yesterday as the winds from Hurricane Milton subsided to safe levels. Within the first 24 hours, OUC restored power to 2/3 of the 88,557 customers who were without power. As of 10 a.m. today, we have 28,725 OUC customers in Orange County who remain without service. And we anticipate the majority of those customers will be restored by 11:59 p.m. Saturday, October 12th, and our entire service territory should be restored by 11:59 p.m. on Sunday. Exceptions do apply to homes where the damage has occurred to customer-owned electrical equipment, and how to work through that process is available on OUC.com. We remain grateful for the mutual aid coordination that has been provided through recovery resources from across the country. More are continuing to arrive today. Without the added help of these crews, restoration would take longer. Safety remains top of mind following a storm of this magnitude. Please continue to practice the safety tips you have heard from Duke and other utility companies and OUC. We urge our customers to use caution around down power lines, and when using generators, follow all guidelines. Finally, I do want to express that we understand frustration with the remaining power outages. As fellow Central Floridians, we hear you and we empathize with your desire to have things back to normal. Please know that OUC employees and mutual aid partners are working tirelessly to get your power back on alongside the community partners that are here with us today. Thank you to Orange County for their coordination and including OUC. On behalf of all OUC employees, we thank you for your patience and please continue to stay safe. And now I have the honor of turning this back to Mayor Demings.
All right, with that, we're going to open it up for any questions. If we have any Spanish-speaking media, we will have translators here who will be able to speak to you. Any of the persons who have spoken at this point or any of our elected officials who are present can be made available for one-on-ones at the conclusion of this press event. So with that, we'll open it up for any questions. All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here. Stay safe. We are continuing to recover from this storm, so we look forward to working with our entire community.
At Taco John's, you can expect one thing: so good. As in quality ingredients used in tacos and burritos made just for you. Every single bite.
So good.
Expect nothing less at Taco John's.